My name is Jenna Brooks, and I am an ordained minister through Open Bible Ministries. While I am not currently on a religious assignment, Open Bible has encouraged me to work alongside the chaplains that are at my base. So I work and I shadow them. And what that looks like is doing invocations. I work the PDF line for those who deploy and who TDY. I also will go to different squadron buildings and I will do relationship building and one-on-one with the airmen in that squadron. And all of this is as a way to better prepare me for the Chaplain Corps. However, God's call in my life was not always pointing me towards the military. While I always had a heart for the military because my whole family is military, I actually started with not a great relationship with God. And a friend of mine whose whole family is missionaries, she called me and asked to go on a trip. And from there, I saw how their relationship with God looked different from anyone I had ever seen. And that inspired me to begin working on my own relationship with God. So as we were going to these different countries, my relationship began to strengthen, and I felt like I wanted to help these people who had been through very traumatic experiences alongside pastoring the pastors, which was our main mission, because many pastors in foreign countries have never had schooling and some don't know how to read, so we would pastor the pastors. However, that desire to help those who had traumatic experiences, it kept burning in me, and I felt like that was the path that God was leading me to. And so I went to school for that. And while I was in school, I saw how my family and friends were coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan and how it was affecting them. And I felt like God was going to shift me towards maybe working at Walter Reed or with the VA while still being missionary. However, during that time, God actually told me that He's moving me away from the foreign mission field and He's bringing me into a military mission field where I can help fellow military people. Being one myself, I would have a better foundation whereas to help them. And from that point, I began to diligently pray and seek God to show me who I should be ordained through and endorsed through if I chose to go the chaplain route, because I wasn't sure at that time. And He led me to Open Bible Ministries, and they not only aligned with my faith background, but they also were very military and missionary friendly, which was important to me because to me, missionaries, the mission field and the military are very similar in that it's many different cultures, it's many different beliefs, and it's many different perspectives. And to work in that, you have to understand that. And so the fact that they were both friendly with military and missionaries, it was important to me. So from there, I was already in the military when God began telling me, you're going to be a chaplain. And I saw how He was using my time as an enlisted member to prepare me for the chaplaincy, so I can not only understand the culture, the beliefs, the perspectives from being on a missionary field, but now I can say to somebody who's struggling in their whatever squadron they're in, I've not only been a military member previously to being a chaplain, but I understand the 5 and 212s. I understand what it's like to have to work 7 days straight. I understand what it's like. I'm currently in the contingency response squadron, so I understand what it's like to be called at the drop of a hat to go to many different countries, not knowing when I'll be back. So I understand that stress, and I felt like God was bringing me through all of these things, the mission field and an enlisted member, to set me up as a chaplain so I can not only better empathize with the airmen and help them what they're going through, but I can also better understand how to help leaders understand their airmen, and vice versa, how to help the airmen understand their leaders, because it takes both to make the organization and the squadron work well. And that is why I felt that God is calling me to be a chaplain and why He wants me to be a chaplain. Thank you.